Most people think they're stuck because they're lazy, but that's the biggest lie you've been taught. Here's the real problem: your brain is running an outdated survival script that blocks focus, kills motivation, and makes you avoid anything that could actually change your life. And the craziest part? You don't even know this script is running. It silently decides what you try, what you quit, and even what you believe you're capable of. But here's the twist: you can override it in less than 30 seconds. And once you do, your entire behavior starts shifting automatically. Let me show you how this works. You know what the weirdest part is? You're not confused about what to do with your life, you already know exactly what would make things better. Wake up earlier. Stop scrolling. Finish the work you keep delaying. Fix your routine. Focus on one thing instead of jumping between 10. But even after knowing all this, you're stuck in the same loop every single day. You promise yourself tonight that tomorrow will be different, but the moment tomorrow starts, everything feels the same again. Your mind feels foggy. Your motivation disappears. And the same habits pull you right back where you started. And the worst part? You think you're the only one struggling like this. Because when you look around, it seems like everyone else has their life together: perfect routines, perfect focus, perfect confidence. But behind the scenes, they're fighting the exact same battles. Overthinking, overplanning, overcomplicating, and then doing nothing. Maybe you've tried productivity hacks, motivational quotes, endless YouTube advice, and still nothing sticks. Not because you're weak. Not because you're lazy. But because no one ever taught you how your brain actually works. No one explained why your mind rejects change, even when the change is good for you. And if you've been feeling tired, stuck, distracted, or disappointed in yourself, it's not your fault. It's simply the natural reaction of a brain that was never programmed for the world you're living in now. And once you understand this, everything starts to make sense. Your habits. Your emotions. Your failures. Even your achievements. Now let me show you exactly where this stuck loop begins, and how to break it. Here's the funny thing. Whenever people decide they want to get smarter overnight, they immediately choose the most complicated, unrealistic, dramatic method possible. It's like the moment the brain hears the word improvement, it panics and goes, "Quick! Let's do something extreme so we look serious." So what do most people do? They open 17 tabs at once. Buy 3 books they will never read beyond chapter 1. Search how to transform your life instantly at 2 a.m. with the focus level of a confused goldfish. And then start a new 47-step morning routine that requires Himalayan salt, sunlight from a specific angle, and the discipline of a Navy SEAL. And after one day, guess what happens? Burnout. Exhaustion. A mini identity crisis. And then, back to scrolling, back to procrastination, back to ugh, I'll start again tomorrow. Most people don't fail because they lack intelligence. They fail because their transformation strategy is basically a full-time job. It's impossible to maintain. It's performance, not progress. Think about it: the average person tries to become smarter by doing everything except the one thing that actually works. Instead of improving their brain, they try to improve their aesthetic of self-improvement. They want the fancy desk setup, the expensive notebook, the motivational playlist, the perfect environment, the magical productivity app that probably needs a tutorial longer than a Netflix episode. And my favorite one: people spend more time planning how to improve their life than actually improving their life. It's like preparing for a marathon by buying shoes, outfits, and energy drinks, and then never stepping outside. Here's the real kicker. Most advice online makes it worse. Because everything sounds dramatic and revolutionary. Rewire your brain in 24 hours. Unlock genius mode instantly. Become a productivity machine. And of course you feel pressured. Of course you feel like you're failing. Because all this advice expects you to wake up tomorrow as a completely new person, which your brain simply doesn't allow. The real mistake isn't lack of discipline. It's chasing unrealistic, cinematic methods instead of small, powerful shifts that actually work with your brain, not against it. And that's exactly where the real trick comes in. Here's the truth nobody admits. When you say you want to get smarter, it's not really about intelligence. Not fully. Deep down, you're chasing something much bigger, much more human. You want clarity, that feeling of finally understanding yourself and your direction. You want confidence, the kind that makes you trust your decisions instead of questioning everything 10 times. You want respect, not from the entire world, but at least from yourself. You want freedom, freedom from confusion, from overthinking, from that constant mental noise that makes life feel harder than it should be. And honestly, you want to stop feeling behind. You want to catch up, level up, and actually feel like you're moving somewhere instead of running in circles. Becoming smarter is just the label. What you're truly searching for is a mind that feels light, sharp, and capable. A mind that doesn't sabotage you. A mind that works with you, not against you. And that's exactly where the real trick begins, the shift that makes everything suddenly, almost suspiciously, easier. Let's get to the good part, the actual trick behind getting smarter overnight. And no, it's not a brain supplement made from the tears of a Himalayan goat. It's not a 5-hour study marathon. And you definitely don't have to meditate in a cave until you reach enlightenment. The real trick is this. Your brain becomes smarter overnight when you reduce its cognitive load, not when you increase it. It sounds almost too simple, right? But this is the part nobody teaches you. Your brain isn't a computer that gets faster the more you force it. Your brain is a muscle that becomes sharper when you remove friction. Let me explain this in the most relatable way possible. Imagine your brain as a kitchen. If every dish is half-cooked, every ingredient is scattered everywhere, pots are burning, and you're trying to cook 3 meals, you're not going to suddenly create a masterpiece. That's how most people live. Too many thoughts. Too many tasks. Too many things unfinished. Too many "I'll do it later" files floating in your mind like ghosts in a haunted house. And then you expect your brain to act smart? A messy mind equals slow thinking. A busy mind equals dumb decisions. A crowded mind equals zero creativity. Here's the twist. Your brain doesn't struggle because you lack ability. It struggles because you're drowning it in micro-stress and micro-distractions you don't even notice. So what's the trick? The trick is unloading your brain before you sleep, so your mind can reorganize itself while you're unconscious. That's it. This is the overnight magic. This is how your brain becomes faster by morning without doing anything dramatic. Think of your brain like your phone. You might think it's slow because you need a new one. But really, you just have 85 apps running in the background, a browser with 46 tabs open, and 1% storage left. No wonder everything feels laggy. Your life feels exactly like that. Here's how the brain actually works. During the day, your brain collects information, stress, decisions, conversations, random worries, and unfinished tasks. But overnight, while you sleep, your brain cleans, organizes, and files everything. This process is called memory consolidation, fancy word, simple meaning. Your brain takes the mess of today and turns it into clarity for tomorrow. But it can only do this properly if you remove your mental clutter before sleeping. If you go to sleep with 1,000 open loops in your mind. I need to reply to her. I forgot to start that assignment. I should clean my desk. Why did I say that embarrassing thing in 2018? I need to start gym. Tomorrow, probably. Your brain spends the entire night juggling this nonsense instead of sharpening your thinking. That's why you wake up foggy. That's why you feel tired even after 8 hours of sleep. That's why you can't focus. That's why you don't feel smart. You didn't rest. Your brain spent the whole night doing customer service for your thoughts. The trick that makes you smarter overnight. Clear mental load before sleeping and your brain will reset your intelligence level by morning. But don't imagine some dramatic ritual. This isn't a motivational movie montage. This is so simple it almost feels stupid, but it works every single time. 1. Empty your working memory. Write down everything on your mind. Tasks, worries, reminders, ideas, things you need to handle tomorrow, dump it all on paper or your notes app. Instant relief. 2. Decide one priority for tomorrow. Not 10. Not 5. Just one. Your brain loves knowing what the next move is, it hates ambiguity. 3. Remove the friction. Prepare tomorrow's environment. Clear your desk. Put things where they belong. Set up what you'll need in the morning. Why? Because every small obstacle kills your brain's momentum the next day. 4. Switch your brain from problem mode to cool down mode. Do something relaxing so your mind understands. Okay, we're safe now. I can stop thinking. Even 5 minutes is enough. But here's the deeper, psychological part. Your brain is not trying to make your life miserable. It's just trying to protect you. When your mind is overloaded, it assumes you're in danger, because historically, too much information meant a threat was near. Your brain wants you to slow down, stay safe, conserve energy, and avoid change. That's why you feel tired when you try to improve. That's why you feel resistance when you try to focus. That's why you procrastinate when something matters. Improvement feels dangerous to the brain. Not because you're weak, but because your brain evolved for survival, not success. So what's the trick? You shift your brain into a safe state before sleeping. Once your brain feels safe, it starts processing, organizing, and upgrading. Suddenly, you wake up clearer. Your ideas make sense. Your memory works better. Your decisions feel sharper. Your motivation is higher. Your intelligence feels unlocked. You didn't magically become smarter. You simply reduced the noise blocking your intelligence. This is why it works overnight. During sleep, your brain works like a janitor plus engineer plus librarian. It throws away useless thoughts, repairs emotional damage, strengthens useful memories, connects ideas, cleans mental pathways, sharpens problem solving. But it can only do this if you give it space. If you don't unload your mind, your brain spends all night putting out fires instead of updating your mental software. Give it space, and it rewards you with clarity you can feel immediately the next morning. That's the smart overnight trick. It's not magic. It's not instant genius. It's simply your brain doing exactly what it was meant to do. Once you stop overwhelming it. Let me paint a scene you've probably lived more times than you'd like to admit. It's 11:47 p.m. You're lying in bed, phone in hand, pretending you're going to sleep in 5 minutes. Except those 5 minutes somehow stretch into an entire documentary about a penguin who learned to surf. Meanwhile, your brain is throwing a full-blown office meeting in your head. Your to-do list brain is like, hey, don't forget that assignment due tomorrow. Your paranoid brain adds, also, did you lock the front door? I don't think you did. Your overthinking brain jumps in. Remember that embarrassing thing you said in 2018? Let's relive it in HD. And your future brain is like, tomorrow we will wake up at 5 a.m., read 40 pages, meditate, work out, solve world peace. Even though you both know, tomorrow you will actually wake up at 8:30, panic, and wonder why life hates you. This is the nightly chaos most people sleep with. Their brain is a noisy street market where every thought is screaming for attention. And then they expect to wake up smart. Now imagine the same night, but slightly different. It's 11:47 p.m., but this time you grab your phone or a notebook and dump everything in your head. Every little thing. The assignment. The message you forgot to reply to. That one small task. That random idea. Even that weird worry about did I offend that person earlier? 2 minutes. Not even dramatic. Just a small brain dump. Then you pick one priority for tomorrow. Finish chapter 3. Simple. Clear. No chaos. You set your clothes aside for the morning. Put your water bottle on your desk. Close the tabs on your laptop. Turn off the mental noise. Now you lie down, same bed, same you. But your brain is quiet. No screaming thoughts. No chaos committee holding elections in your head. You wake up the next morning, and suddenly everything feels easier. You feel lighter. Focused. Clear. It feels like your brain has been upgraded overnight, because it actually had space to clean and organize itself. Not magic. Just removing the noise that was blocking the intelligence you already had. Alright, let's turn this from a cool idea into something you can actually use tonight. Here's the practical, zero overwhelm version, no complicated rituals, number 27-step routines, just the essentials your brain needs to reset itself properly. Step 1, do a 2-minute brain dump. Grab your phone notes or a tiny piece of paper. Write down everything floating in your mind. Tasks, reminders, worries, ideas, conversations, appointments, even the tiny things like buy toothpaste. Empty your head so your brain doesn't have to rehearse these thoughts all night. Step 2, choose the one task that matters tomorrow. Not 5. Not 3. Just 1. This single decision removes 80% of your next day confusion. Your brain loves clarity, give it one target and it'll aim itself automatically. Step 3, remove the morning friction. Prepare your environment in advance. Set out your clothes, clear your desk, place your water bottle, keep anything you'll need in the morning ready. Tiny obstacles create massive resistance, removing them boosts momentum instantly. Step 4, switch your brain to cool-down mode. You don't need a whole routine. Just 5 minutes of something calming. Light stretching, a short walk, a warm shower, soft music, anything that signals to your brain. We're safe. We can relax now. This step flips your brain from stress mode to repair mode. Step 5, sleep without mental tabs open. That's it. No open loops. No unfinished thoughts. No chaos running in the background. You're giving your brain the clean slate it needs to upgrade itself overnight. Do these 5 steps, and you'll wake up feeling clearer and smarter, not because you changed yourself, but because you removed the noise blocking your intelligence. Here's a little mental technique that locks this entire concept into your memory so you actually use it, not just understand it. I call it the backpack test. Every night before you sleep, imagine your brain wearing a backpack. Throughout the day, you keep stuffing random things into it. Unfinished tasks, awkward conversations, worries, decisions, plans, random thoughts like I should really fix my charger. By the end of the day, your brain is basically walking around like a tired college student carrying 27 kilograms of emotional homework. Now here's the trick. Right before you sleep, close your eyes and visualize yourself taking that backpack off. Unzip it. Dump everything onto the floor, all the thoughts, tasks, worries, mental clutter. See them falling out like papers, notebooks, sticky notes. Everything. Then imagine brushing the floor clean. This simple visualization does 2 things at once. First, your brain gets an emotional signal, the day is done. Nothing needs attention. Second, it shifts your mind from survival mode to reset mode, which is exactly where overnight intelligence upgrades happen. You'll literally feel your mind loosening, relaxing, and clearing. Use this mental picture every night and your brain will learn the habit automatically. Backpack off, mind clears, you wake up sharper. So here's the big takeaway. You don't need a dramatic transformation to get smarter. You don't need a new personality, a new routine, or a new identity. You just need a clearer mind, because the intelligence was always there, it was just buried under noise, stress, and unfinished thoughts. Tonight, if you do nothing else, just unload your mind. 2 minutes. One priority. A little preparation. A little calm. And let your brain do what it's designed to do while you sleep. That's the real overnight trick. And remember, the moment you try this, you're not just becoming smarter. You're becoming more in control, more confident, and way more capable than you realize. If this helped you understand yourself a bit better, or made you feel a little lighter, consider subscribing. No pressure, but I make videos exactly like this, designed to help you improve your mind and your life without the overwhelm. For now, go try the trick tonight. Let your brain breathe. And just watch how different tomorrow feels.